Alex was the kind of boy who believed that life's problems could be fixed with one click, a YouTube tutorial for homework, quick search for answers, video call for comfort. But life doesn't always have a signal. It was the summer before Alex's final year in school. His father ran a small printing shop in town, and his mother managed the home. Life wasn't perfect, but it was comfortable. One afternoon, a heavy storm rolled in. The rain hammered on the roof. Lightning split the sky, and within hours, the streets were flooded. When the storm passed, the family's shop was destroyed. Printers ruined, papers soaked, the electricity cut off. And with the electricity, the internet vanished. The bank loans were still there, but the business was gone. In the days that followed, Alex noticed something strange. Without the internet, the house was quiet, too quiet. His father sat in the living room, staring at the wall. His mother stopped humming while cooking. Conversations were short and heavy. Money began to run out. They were barely managing to scrape by, selling a few items from the shop that could still work. Alex wanted to help, but the only job he could find was carrying boxes for a warehouse at the edge of town. It paid almost nothing, but it was something. The work was harder than Alex expected. Dusty air, heavy lifting, and supervisors who treated workers like machines. One day, a box slipped from his hands and broke open, spilling hundreds of books. The supervisor yelled, "If you can't keep up, you can leave." Alex wanted to give up right there. His back hurt, his hands were blistered, and the pay didn't feel worth it. But then he thought of his parents eating plain rice for dinner again, and he picked the books up one by one. One night after work, Alex was sitting on a park bench, staring at the dark screen of his phone. No money for mobile data, no Wi-Fi. At home. An old man walked by and noticed him. "Tough day?" the man asked. Alex nodded. "Feels like everything's falling apart." The man smiled. "Maybe it's not falling apart. Maybe it's falling into place. Sometimes, no signal means it's time to listen to life instead." Alex didn't fully understand, but those words stayed with him. The next day, Alex saw a help wanted sign at the community library. They needed someone to help organize donated books. It paid even less than the warehouse, but it was cleaner, quieter, and closer to home. Alex took the job. At first, it was boring, but then he noticed something. The library had a bulletin board filled with free community events, skill classes, and part-time job postings. One flyer caught his eye. Basic computer repairs, free workshop. He decided to go. That small decision was his first real step up. At the workshop, Alex learned how to fix laptops, replace parts, and clean devices, all without Googling anything. The instructor, Mr. Harris, was patient but strict. "Don't rush. Fixing things is like fixing life step by step," he said. Within a month, Alex could repair basic problems. Mr. Harris even let him help customers in the shop on weekends. It wasn't much money, but it gave Alex something more important: hope. One evening, a woman came into the shop with a broken laptop. She said it had her late husband's photos and letters on it. If she lost them, she'd have nothing left of him. Alex worked for hours. His hands shook. At one point, the screen stayed black, and he almost gave up. But he remembered the old man's words in the park. Maybe this wasn't falling apart. Maybe it was falling into place. He kept working, and finally the screen lit up. The woman burst into tears that night, walking home in the cool breeze. Alex realized that helping someone gave a feeling no Wi-Fi connection could match. Months passed. Alex split his time between the library and the repair shop. Word spread in town about the boy who could fix anything. One day, a small IT company offered him a job. It wasn't glamorous, but it was stable. Alex held on through the tough training, late nights, and endless troubleshooting. His first paycheck was enough to pay his family's electricity bill for the whole month, and still have some left over. A year later, the printing shop was rebuilt, smaller than before, but functional. Alex's parents smiled more, laughed more. They even got internet again. But Alex found himself using it less. He had learned to talk to people face to face, to solve problems with his own hands, and to keep going when things seemed impossible. He had learned to pull through. One evening, the family sat together for dinner. The Wi-Fi was on, but no one was looking at their phones. They were talking, laughing, and sharing stories. Alex realized something. The strongest connection in life isn't made by satellites or cables. It's made by moments, the kind you can't download. Sometimes, losing the connection you thought you needed is the first step to finding the connection you truly need. And now, before we end, here are some phrasal verbs from today's story. Learn them to make your English stronger. Scrape by to manage to live or survive with very little money. Give up, to stop trying. Step up, to take responsibility or take action when needed. Hold on, to keep going despite difficulties. Pull through, to survive or succeed despite a difficult situation.